The element of water is most associated with the season of winter. Deep listening, flowing, moving over and around obstacles, releasing tendencies towards fear, and aligning with your true essence. We begin as always with the feet together and taking deep breaths into the reservoir of the Qi or the lower Dantian. You can see here I'm breathing deep into the belly. Knees are soft, all joints unlocked, spine straight, and taking in the life force of the entire universe deep into the belly. And then release your hands and step out to your left. Feet are about shoulder width apart. And then raise your arms up and gather your energy to you. Where have you become disjointed, distracted? We remember that where our attention goes, our energy flows. So as we begin with these 3 gathers, you're really calling your spirit and your energy back to you from all of the places where it becomes distracted, entangled, entrapped. And just know that you have the inner reserves, resilience, and fortitude to come back to a sense of completeness and wholeness just by setting the intention to do so. Washing the hands down through this central pillar of light, and then place the hands one more time at the Qi or the lower Dantian. And then raising up on the toes, lifting the heels. The back of the feet are related to yang, given that the bladder channel runs all along the back of the body, including the back of the legs in through the heels. The kidney meridian runs from the base of the ball of the foot up through the inseam of the legs all the way into the chest. Here we'll add a little playfulness to this by raising the arms as we raise the feet. Keep your legs nice and strong, head aligned with the heavens, and just allow this nice bouncy flow to move through the body and to move you. And then allow your hands to rest on the lower Dantian. We will return to this position several times during the practice to anchor in the energy. Now just gently shifting the weight from one leg to the other. Notice when you rock back into center that feeling of balance. And now just flowing like the water behind me. Allow your shoulders to be soft and your neck to relax as you shift your weight from leg to leg. Imagine that you're a great lily, roots deep in the base of the lake behind me, and a gentle breeze just swaying you from side to side. The upper half moves freely while the lower half remains anchored, rooted, and connected to the source of life. Just allow this gentle sway, and then we'll add the arms. And here you are just letting everything be soft, fluid, and flowing. The hands are soft, the shoulders stay relaxed. Just imagine you're moving through water. What would that feel like? Water is yin, and even though it's soft, it has the capacity to carve deep canyons, polish jagged edges smooth, and move over and around the obstacles around it. When we tap into this element within us, we develop qualities like resilience, tenacity, and persistence. When we fill with this solid foundation, we can become more curious than fearful when events and circumstances change in our lives, for they always will. Nothing remains stagnant. Change is an indication of growth and expansion. Here you're just moving at your own pace. The feet stay connected to the ground, and you'll notice that I'm really moving through the waist. Now gather the hands again to the lower dantian. And then bend your knees, slide your hands down towards your thighs. And here we breathe out as the tailbone anchors down. And it's as though you're drawing an arc with your nose. We breathe out to wave down, and then in to push the wave back up the spine. This will help to open up, hydrate, and lubricate the spine, which is the hub of our nervous system. This will help you to move beyond habitual patterns and tendencies by releasing stagnation in the spine. Breathing out to arc down and breathing in to wave back up. Now here we'll gather up from the earth, draw the hands up to the corner of the eyes, and we'll trace the bladder channel overhead all the way down the back as far as you can. Cross back around. And here we place the hands on the kidneys, just giving them a gentle rub. These organs that regulate our energy throughout a day, a week, a lifetime. And then we'll trace the kidney meridian up through the inside of the legs and all the way into the thorax. Gather up, breathing in what nourishes you and helps you to feel stable. The bladder is the yang organ connected with the yin organs, the kidneys. The kidneys filter our blood and waste, and this gets sent into the bladder, which releases toxins from the body. Final round, up overhead, just softly caressing your skin, coming down across the back and then bending the knees, coming back up. Back bends help to open up through the bladder meridian, releasing stagnation and opening us up to that free flow. Turning to the left with your waist, and then breathing in and raising the arms up overhead. Allow them to wash back down, floating back through center and then back over to the left. Raising the hands up. The hands are soft, just allowing them to relax. As you breathe in, let the wrists completely let go, and then activate as we turn and wash back down. Now we'll change direction, turning to the right, breathing in to float up. You'll notice here that I'm not moving my head more than side to side. I'm not looking up or down. I'm using my eyes to follow the movement. Just gently touching down. Last round coming up overhead. And then washing the hands back down, circulating the chi through the body. And then breathing in, floating up. Turning to your left, wave the hands down over your left foot. Come back to center, raise the left hand up, right hand down. And then you'll lean back as far as feels comfortable for you. The left hand waves back down, and only when it's all the way down, we'll breathe in and raise the hands up again. And then turn and wave down to the right. Breathing in back to center, right hand over. Bend the knees as generously as you wish to, and then lean back. If it suits you just to tilt your head back slightly or bring your arm up, feel free to do that. Qigong is a beautifully fluid and flexible practice. We're always listening to our body and abiding by its guidance. We're not pushing or straining. The breath is just natural, in and out through the nose. Breathing in, gather up. Breathing out, wave the hands down and bend your knees as much as you need to here. And only come down as far as feels comfortable for you. And similarly with leaning back, we always want to take care with the spine. Last round on both sides. As we turn and lean over, we expand through the back. Opening up through the bladder channel, and then as we breathe in and come up, we open up through the kidney meridian. And breathing out, wave back down. In all cultures that I have investigated, in all mysticism, water relates to our emotions. When water is calm, peaceful, we tend to feel this within. When our inner seas are choppy and churning, inner peace feels impossible. When we calm the internal waters, we come back to this inner well of stillness. Now take your right hand behind your back and raise your left hand up to your forehead as though you're blocking the sun. We gently pivot about 45 degrees, and then you'll use your hand to sweep in and up. Turn the hand over as we come back down and around for this Taoist water flow. And here the hand is soft, as though you're just running it through the water behind me, and then trickling this coolness, this calming in through the mind, crossing in front of the forehead and sweeping back down. You're bending the knees as much as you need to. You'll notice that my back is also soft. Arms are nice and relaxed. Now we'll swap arms, bring your right hand up to your forehead, and we'll begin sweeping through on this side. Gentle, fluid, flowing movements. Calm and relaxed, trusting in the pace, the rhythm and the flow of life and within yourself. Now drawing the left hand up, both hands at the level of the shoulder, and just allow them to wave back down and rest at the lower dantian. Then we'll step out a little bit wider into Mabu or horse dance, making sure your feet are straight out in front of you and your weight is low, back is straight. Hands are at the heart in prayer, and we'll pivot the left foot out to 90 degrees, and you'll turn your hips forward. So we're leaning into the left leg and then bending the back knee to pull back. Here we breathe into, expand through the chest, the heart, and the lungs. And I'm really using the strength in my legs and bearing down on my heel rather than pressing through the knee. And the knee stays at a hinge bend. I'm not twisting on the knee. You really want to be careful with these joints. Breathing into, expand and out. Come back in and pivot your left foot back to forward, and we'll continue on the right side. Breathing into, expand, and out to come back. And again, you'll notice I'm bending my back knee, which acts as a lever, pulling me back. The hips remain forward. At any time your legs get tired while we're in Mabu, just take a pause with your knees unlocked and come back to the form when you're ready. Or if these feel too challenging, just skip forward to the next forms in Wuji. Now draw your arms out, shoulders relaxed, palms facing up. And we'll breathe out and turn at the waist. Breathing in, coming back to center. Breathing out to turn. Now we'll add to this, but if the addition feels too challenging, just stay with moving from side to side. Breathing out, and it's as though you're taking two big balls and you're trying to push them underwater for this form. Big Bear turns and Big Bear pushes down. The kidneys are associated with the bones, and the bones in the legs are the largest. We keep these strong and nourished, keep the body healthy, maintaining our independence and ability to get up and move when we need to. Come back to center. Just allow your arms to wave back down by your side. And when you're ready, We'll draw the feet back into Wuji. You can give your ankles a shake out if you like. And just coming back to hands at the lower dantian. Releasing the hands out, and you'll step your left foot forward for a beautiful form. Drawing in and then pushing out, lifting up the front foot. We breathe in to gather into the lower dantian and out to wave back. And my visual here is that I'm pushing gently through water. The legs carry the weight of the lower body. I'm pushing off the front foot, lifting up the toes, and then rocking back forward. And I'm not leaning too far forward. You want to maintain your center of gravity and your balance. And coming back. And then we'll start gathering into the heart, the Shen, pushing out. Earth, man, and universe is the name of this form. Gathering into and clearing the three energy centers of the body: the lower, the middle, and the upper dantians. These energy gates connect us to the entire universe. Arms are soft, hands stay below the shoulders here, and let the elbows remain heavy. Open up through the chest, and then we'll draw the arms up, and you'll sweep down, bending your knee as much as you need to. As we come up, we're lifting the heel. We're tapping into the kidney and the bladder channel. Just breathing and raising up, weight in the back legs supporting you. Breathing out, folding forward and raising your arms as far as feels comfortable for you. Your arms to parachute back down, and we'll step forward with the right leg, gathering into the lower dantian as you sweep forward, and then pushing out to draw back, leaning into the toes and then lifting them back. You're really using the strength in the feet and the legs to move the body, this gentle forward and back motion. So you're just swimming through water, hands are soft. Let your jaw muscles relax. Gathering into the heart, opening up. Let your eye sockets relax. Let your scalp relax. Let your ears relax. Allow your tongue to relax. Allow your shoulders to relax. And the final gathers. Before we sweep. Draw the arms up overhead, breathing in, breathing out, lift the toes, breathing in, raise the heel, breathing out to sweep down, bending the knees as far as you need to, and only coming down to what feels comfortable for you. Breathing in to come up and waving back down. This feels so good for the whole back. And not only are we opening up through the kidney and bladder channels, but also through the governing vessel and the conception vessel, which make up our microcosmic orbit. Allow the hands to sweep back down and gather in, palms facing together. And using the Lao Gong point in the center of the palm, we breathe in and expand open, and breathe out and press the hands together. And you can see here I'm lifting through the rib cage, as though the arms are being pulled up by their outer edge, and then they gently cascade back together. And we take this energy into the chi ball at the lower dantian, and we'll gently turn this ball over, cultivating this energy. Breathing in, expand the top hand up. Top becomes bottom, and bottom becomes the top as we press this energy into the chi hai, circulating around. Gather back in and down, and just gently press it in. Breathe in to expand, and out to contract. This perpetual rhythm of the entire cosmos. To expand outward in summer, we must retreat inward in the winter and become reflective, still and quiet, so that we may come back to our inner home and our inner center, a place of deep, abiding yin, inner strength, courage, and knowing. Hands back at the lower dantian. Just allowing yourself to breathe, and then we'll circle over to the right, up and around to the left. I'm not mirroring you for this practice, so please make sure you're moving your hands in the right direction as we circulate the energy through the lower dantian, nourishing the organs. We are in summer here in Australia. We have had a very big, bright, energetic full moon in Leo, the fire energy. And to balance the yang of the fire, I'm moving into the deep yin of water. We're always seeking this internal harmony. Now you'll move your hands in the opposite direction. And I'm circling nice and big up through to the ribs and down to the pubic bone, around the navel, circulating this energy through the organs and the body for deep nourishment. You may stand here with your hands at the lower dantian for as long as you like. Always remember to gather your energy back to you at the end of every practice. Recall our spirit back into the container of our body, this vessel. We fill it back up just as you would pour water into a cup. And this time, as you gather up, place a bright blue light of protection around your body and your energy field, keeping you impervious to harm. And then we'll put a seal around that, like the shell around an egg, keeping it safe and protected until it's ready to hatch. And again, you may stay here as long as you like, just feeling that deep nourishment, inner calm. And when you're ready, raise the left hand up, palm open, our beautiful yin, the moon, the nighttime. Right hand makes a fist yang, the sun, brightness. I bow in reverence to you, to all of our great teachers, and to myself. And I thank you so much for taking time to share Qi with me. Be sure to let me know what practices you'd like to see here. I love hearing from you. All love for this day.